What is good? My anime people, what is good? This show just got brutal. And it got brutal and it got a little less, not confusing, but it's just not nearly as like hidden anymore, right? With giving us information about, this guy with the glasses towards the end of the episode, it really does. It's not suspenseful anymore of like what I was thinking it could be, and they're going more towards this straight and narrow, which I kind of didn't understand why they would do it right now, unless there's a much bigger thing still in the background that we haven't necessarily confirmed. I think that would be fine, but as of right now, if you were to ask me, it feels like they just kind of gave up on that. There's like, you know what, screw it. We're just gonna bring it all full circle and just like tell you who it is. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying they could have easily played with who it was much longer than this, and it just felt like they were like, screw it, just show who it is, get it over with, and maybe there's a big twist behind that, right? And I think that's kind of my problem with it is if they just gave the identity away and plot of this one guy who was doing all of it, it would have felt a little bit better if they even sprinkled it later. But I feel like he had a lot of things, like to be able to tap into someone's conversation through via the little pin. Um, Seems like some. I mean, maybe you can get it easily off of somewhere, but it seems like you might have had help in doing this, and maybe there's someone else that had a little bit of a hand in it. But after everything in the flashback to the pin flying and cutting someone on the cheek, to the only person we don't see in the montage of like what they were doing that day is him. Like it's all from his perspective. The person who's like, telling us he wants them to break and all that stuff. Uh, he is the one who we see nothing of. What was the glasses guy doing in the classroom while the guy with the who's getting crushed on is sleeping? The dude who is a pretty boy was doing homework, and last but not least, uh, the last one, our girl, both girls, she's one was doing there with the manga stuff. But she actually is kind of still suspicious because I don't know where she was. But the guy outright said, I knew where her spare key was. I was like, someone had to have picklocked that locker. But he had a spare key, so not only did he just walk up to the door, it didn't look suspicious because he didn't fidget with it long if he just has a key, So overall, it just felt very, very quick to just oust him like that. I mean, sure, he's not oust, or like no one else knows besides us, the viewers, but it's just the fact of the matter of how they gave it to us didn't feel really all that earned. And it felt like this could have been a lot more of a big reveal had they just let it rock, and let us kind of find out when everybody else does, because now it's like we know, and we're just kind of waiting for them to continuously fall prey to him, scheming, which him throwing that punch as quickly as he did kind of was already suspicious. I was like, you're punching him, and yet, like, I get what he's saying was out of pocket. Like, he shouldn't have been saying it. But at the same time, just that reaction that he did and how quick he did it seemed way too, like, calculated, especially since I'm already suspicious of him from last week's episode. So, overall, it's looking like, yeah, boy, is ready for some craziness to pop off in this anime, and I think it's kind of underrated from what I'm seeing. Like, there's a lot of shows that are getting watched that this one is kind of just getting swept on the rug. Regardless, I'm enjoying it quite a bit, and I hope y'all are too. So take care, and I'll definitely talk to y'all in the next one. Peace.